In this video, I'm going to take you through some 10 questions on change of subjects. So if today is your first time on this channel, kindly subscribe and then hit on the notification bell so that anytime I upload a video, you are going to get a notification on your phone. Now let's start with the questions. So question one, let me start from this side. Question one, we're having 1 over u is equal to, minus 1 over v is equal to 1 over f. So we should find u in terms of f and v. So we are just simply saying that we should find or make u the subject. So we have to make u the subject. So this is the first question. And looking at the equation, it is made up of fractions. So what we have to do is that let's find the LCM and then multiply through with the LCM so that the fractions will go off. And the LCM here will be u, v, and f. So I'm going to get u, v, and f multiplying the first term equals, minus u, v, f multiplying the second term 1 over v equals u, v, f multiplying the third term 1 over f. Now u cancel out u, so this is gone. V goes for v, and then f goes for f. So we are left with v times f times 1. We are going to get vf minus u times f times 1. We are going to get uf is equal to u times v times 1. I'm going to get uv. But we're asked to make u the subject. We're having u here, so we group like terms. So this one will go to the other side. I'm going to get u vf is equal to uv plus, because this one cause the equal sign becomes positive, plus uf. Now we're having u in common here, so you can factorize that out. So I'm going to get u into v plus f is equal to vf. Now you want u, so we divide both sides by u plus f, then we get our u. So u will be equal to vf all over v plus f. And this is all for first question. So let's move on to the second one. If question 2, if E is equal to m over 2 into v squared minus u squared, make v the subject. So we are making v the subject. So this is the question. We're having a fraction here, and this is also over 1. So we can simply do cross multiplication so that this can multiply this and then this can multiply this. So when we are going to get 2e is equal to 1 times m, we are going to get m into v squared minus u squared. And we are asked to find v. So this one we need not to expand the brackets. We have to divide both sides by m, so that the m will go off quickly for us to solve. So we are left with v squared minus u squared is equal to 2e all over m. Now we want v, so we transpose this to the other side. We are going to get v squared is equal to 2e over m plus u squared. This is what we are having. But then we want v, not v squared, so we take the positive square root of both sides. So we are going to get square root of v squared equals square root of 2e over m plus u squared. So I'm going to get v is equal to the square root of, so we are going to find the LCM here, which is m. So m goes into m 1 times 2e, 2e, and then 1 goes into m times u square. I'm going to get plus m u squared. And that is all for v. So let's move on to question number 3. Let me clean this place. So question number 3 says we have to make h the subject of the relation. A is equal to, question number 3. A is equal to square root of h square plus r square. Now we are making h the subject, but we are having square root over here, so we are going to square both sides so that the square root will go away. So squaring both sides, we are going to get a square is equal to h square plus r square. Then square root is now off. Now I want h, so we bring this one to this side. I'm going to get a square minus r square equals h squared. Now we want h, so we take the positive square root of both sides, which we are going to get h to be equal to square root of a square minus r square. So that will be all for question number 3. Let's move on to question number 4. Question number 4. 1 over r is equal to 1 over r1 plus 1 over r2. So this is just like the first one. The questions are all fractions, so we have to multiply through by the LCM so that the fractions will go off. And then the LCM is r1, r2. So we're going to get r1, r2 multiplying the first term r, 1 over r, equals r1, r2 multiplying the second term 1 over r1 plus r1, r2 multiplying the third term 1 over r2. So r goes for r, r1 for r1, r2 for r2. So we are left with r1, r2 equals r2, r2 plus r1. And then we have to find, we have to make r1 a subject. So r1 is here, r1 is here. Let's transpose this to the other side. So r1, r2 minus r1 equals r2. Now you want r1, so we factorize out r1. We are going to get r1 out, r2 minus r is equal to r2. Then from here we divide both sides by r2 minus r so that we get r1. So r1 is equal to r2 all over r2 minus r. And this is our answer for question number 4. So let's move on to number 5. For that, let me clean this side. Question number 5. Given that E is equal to, so question 5, given that E is equal to W into R minus capital R minus small r all over 2 multiplying capital R P, capital P. make capital R the subject. So we have to make capital R the subject. Now, with the question, we are also having a fraction here, so we are going to multiply through with the LCM so that the LCM will go off, the fraction will go off, sorry. So when you multiply through with the LCM, you are going to get, this is over 1, so the LCM is 2RP. Multiply through with 2RP, you are going to get 2RP times E. 2RP times E equals W into capital R minus small r all over 2 capital RP times 2 capital RP. Now this cancel out this, so we are left with 2 capital RP multiplying capital E is equal to W into capital R minus small r. Now we expand this bracket, so we are going to get 2RPE is equal to W capital R minus W small r. Now you want capital R, so bring this one to the other side. In other terms, you are grouping like terms. So you are going to get 2 capital RPE minus W capital R is equal to minus WR. Now, capital R will go out. So capital R, I'm going to get 2PE minus W is equal to minus WR. Now capital R is equal to minus WR all over 2PE minus W. That is our answer for question number 5. Number 6. Make U the subject of the relation f of x is equal to W into v minus u all over 2g. So we have to make U the subject. So it's just like question number 5. So I'm leaving this for you guys to solve, or let me solve it myself. So this one, 2 times this side, because this one LCM is going to be 2g. So 2g times this term, you are going to get 2j fx is equal to W into v minus u. So here we expand this bracket. No, we can expand, but we can also divide by u. So when we cancel out this, I'm going to get it in a simple term. V minus u is equal to 2gfx all over w. And we are asked to make u the subject. So let's transpose this to the other side and also bring this to this side. So what we do that, we are going to get v minus 2jfx all over w is equal to u. And that will be all for question number 6. So let's move on to question number 7. I'm cleaning this side. I'm also cleaning this side. That's that. Question number 7. Given that J is equal to n over c squared plus k. This is question number 7. We have to express c in terms of other quantities. So we are making c the subject. Now we have LCM here, which is 1 c squared and 1. So the LCM is going to be c squared. So I'm going to multiply 2 with c squared so that the fractions will go off. So when we multiply, I'm going to get c squared g, c squared times n over c squared plus c squared times k. So c squared cancels c squared We are left with c squared g is equal to n plus c squared k. Now let's bring this one to this side, looking at like terms. So c squared g minus c squared k is equal to n. Now c squared out, j minus k equals n. So c squared will be equal to n over g minus k. Question number 8. If px is equal to s into a minus b all over 3t, we have to make b the subject. We are make b the subject. So we have to find this b over here. We are making it the subject. Now this is over 1, so you can do cross multiplication. So when we do that, you are going to get 3tpx is equal to s into a minus b. Now you can divide both sides by s. This cancel out this. So you are going to get a minus b is equal to 3tpx all over s. Now you want b, so we are going to send minus b to the other side and bring the whole of this to this side. So you are going to get a minus 3tpx all over s is equal to plus b. And this will be our answer for question number 8. So let's move on to question number 9. Number 9 is given that v is equal to 1 over 3 pr into r plus 2h. Express p in terms of the other quantities. So we are expressing p in terms of other quantities. In other words, we are making p the subject. So p the subject. Now we are having a fraction, and this is also over 1, so we can do cross multiplication. So 3v will be equal to, we are left with only 1 here, so 1 pr, which you don't write, into r plus 2h. Now you want p, so we can go ahead and divide both sides by r into r plus 2h, r into r plus 2h. So this can cancel out this. Then we are left with p is equal to 3v all over r plus r into r plus 2h. And then this will be our answer. So finally, let's move on to question number 10, and then we conclude this lesson. So question number 10 says, if v is equal to 1 over 3, if v is equal to 1 over 3 sh squared, make h the subject. So we are making h the subject. Again, this is over 1. So do cross multiplication. Let's multiply this, let's multiply this. I'm going to get 3v equals sh squared. And we are asked to find h. So we divide both sides by s, this cancel out this. I'm going to get h squared equals 3v all over s. Now you want h, not h squared, so we take the positive square root of both sides. So you are going to get h is equal to square root of 3v all over s. So this concludes our lesson on 10 questions on change of subject. If you haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe and then turn on the notification bell so that anytime we upload a video, you get a notification on your phone. Kindly share and like this video for me. Thank you for watching.